Hey, what's up, boys? Back with episode number 2 in this series with the audio build. As you can see, we're super overexposed here. But yeah, this is episode number 2 for the build. We're just going to focus on actually getting some work done this time. The first episode is just a sound test of what the current sound system sounds like and kind of why I chose the speakers that I did. And this time we are going to be actually focusing on doing some work. So the first thing we're going to do, since it's kind of like the easiest, but it's kind of like the most annoying thing to do, is we're going to be getting these 2-inch speakers installed in these spare mat pockets that I got from a friend. Let me get some light here. Got these spare mat pockets from a friend, so we're going to go ahead and take these. And the speakers come with these little brackets, as you can see. So these are going to be I'll flip you around here in a second, but those are going to be getting built into these so I can build the enclosure for them. So they're going to be in the mat pockets. So I'll show you where they're going to be at in the car itself. I have black door cards right now, but alright, so this is the mat pocket. That's what it's called. Basically, to run this 3-way, it's going to get the big speaker down there, but the 2-inch are going to go right here because that's the best place to put it. So we're just going to use the spare ones. Like I said, I bought them just so I can cut them up, and they're basically going to be sitting right here in this area. So they're basically the same height as the 6.5s that are going to be down there, but they're going to be put in right here, and I'm going to build like a little box. Even though the speaker's in a bank pass enclosure where you don't need a box, obviously to cover the wires and, you know, not look like a speaker just sitting in there looking stupid, we're going to go ahead and build a box that's going to fit right here. So I will have less space with the mat pocket, but I really don't care because I don't really ever put anything down there, to be honest. So that's what we got these for. So like I said, I got these brackets that they came with. So when I get the speakers, they will be sitting right here, and then they got a cover on them. And then, like I said, we're going to build a little box basically in this little spot right here and make it so it's all sealed. So I'm not sure exactly what material I'm going to make the box out of, but these little brackets, which I'm going to do one first and make sure everything goes according to plan, and then we will go ahead and do this one on camera. But basically, I'm just going to set this in here wherever I think it's going to be good, where it's good proximity on the other side. And then drill this hole out right here because that's where the speaker is going to go, obviously. So we're going to go ahead and drill that hole out. These brackets I'm probably going to be, I would say, super gluing into this location right here after the hole's cut out, because these little holes right here, these are threaded where the speakers themselves have the little see, they got these little 4 holes. So when it comes in, it'll be sitting in here like this on the opposite side, and then it's just going to get a screw through here, and then it's going to screw directly into that plate. So as long as this plate is securely attached to this, then we should be all good. And then we're also going to, after the box is built out of whatever I'm going to use, MDF or plywood or whatever, fiberglass, I don't really care. We are getting new door panels for this car, and then we're going to be installing those. So I'm just not really sure when my buddy has time to do it because I have a spare set to do the interior. So I'm not sure if it's going to be in these series of episodes, but all this stuff will be wrapped. So this is going to be wrapped in the leather as well, just so it doesn't look, you know, ghetto. So I just figured I'd do a little intro of this episode before we start working on stuff. I just got my tools back, so I got some drums, or some drill bits and hole bits for this. So we're gonna go ahead and figure that out, and then make a template for this one, and make sure the other side, the speaker, sits in the exact same spot. And then we will fasten this plate to the inside of this. And then even if I don't get them wrapped in this episode, or in these little series or whatever, I will go ahead and touch up these just so they're black, so when I install them they don't look stupid. But I'd rather take off the door panel once to run the wires and put the new door panels on. But I guess it just depends on how long I want this series to run out, like time wise. And then the last part is just going to be, I'm not sure if it's going to be in this episode or the last episode, depending, like I said, on time. So then the last thing we're going to focus on is doing the 6.5s, because that's going to be kind of annoying, and this is kind of going to be like a long process to figure out how to do correctly and make sure everything is good and make sure nothing rattles around or anything like that. So yeah, I just want to do a little overview. I got to go to Menards tonight and see if I can get some screws that fit into this tiny little holes, so I can actually thread them through there. And then I got to drill those holes and all that stuff. Otherwise, I was going to do this the other day, but just never got around to it because I didn't have my tools with me. So, yep, just want to do a little quick intro on this episode. Let me go ahead and knock one of these out and see how it fits. And yeah, we'll be getting this E30 sounding real nice inside. It's already sounding really good with the exhaust setup and all that good stuff. But audio is a really important thing to me because I'm a musician myself, and I've just always been into listening to music, and that's what I've done in this car the most amount of time, is just spend a lot of time driving around listening to music. So I want to try to keep this video at around 15 minutes. So I think we'll probably just do the 6x9s and these and get those fabricated up. Also, as well as the crossovers, when I take all this stuff apart for the 6.5s, taking off that kick panel that I just put down there that's wrapped in suede as well. Once that is off, the crossovers are going to go under there, and I'm just going to Velcro them to that little computer that's up in there. Same thing on the glove box side. Both of the crossovers will be, that little cover comes down, which I'll show you here. This little plate right here, that will be, I think there's gonna be enough space between the computer and what that is right there. So it'll stop fucking focusing. Hopefully there's enough space between this panel right here and the computer, and if there is, I'm going to Velcro both of the crossovers on the computer. It shouldn't hurt anything, shouldn't have any problems, but I don't want them in the glove box or anything stupid like that, like I did down there in the bottom. So that's basically where those are going to be at. And let me go ahead and knock one of these out, cut the holes and do all that stuff, and get that figured out, and then we'll kind of like go over doing that part on the second one. So on to the next clip. Alright, so get the camera set up here. As you see, we got both holes done in the same spots. So what we're going to do is we're running into a problem with these brackets. Like I said, they got the threaded holes on them. So in this case, the screws that they give you are literally like an 1/8 inch long, which are right here in this little bag. Obviously super small because they're only meant to go through the woofer itself into the bracket and then stop there. And then these are your 2 mounting points. Since I can't use these 2 mounting points the way I'm doing it, these brackets are going to go ahead and get glued on here. But I have to find some longer screws. I went to Lowe's last night, grabbed these screws, which happen to be the wrong size. These are 4x40 thread pitch. And they go in really hard, so the thread pitch is wrong, and the only other thread pitch that I've seen is a 4x48. So they don't have those at Lowe's or Menards here. So I'm gonna go down to the hardware. I got the car started up right now, so we're gonna take out the daily and go see if they got these screws there. If not, we're going to have to rethread this bracket to match this thread pitch, the 4x40 or whatever. So like I said, these are just going to get glued onto here. That's why they're outlined And I just kind of drilled those pilot holes in those holes. They gotta get drilled a little bit bigger, but I just put those holes there so I know exactly where they're supposed to be when they get lined up. So I got this JB Weld Super Extreme super glue, which is made to bond to plastic and metal, and that's the big thing, obviously, because it's bonding to the plastic, but the bracket is metal. So so yeah, hopefully it comes out good. But like I said, this is just an experiment for myself and something I wanted to do, so let's get into it. Alright, short update while I got these wheels in the way. Went to Sam's house today. He rethreaded these brackets for me, so shout out to him for that. So now they are the 4x140 like we got from the package. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue them on tonight. I'll show you what they look like after they're done. As well as I want to kind of go over this template that I made up. So this is basically how the box is going to be. I just got it taped on cardboard. So basically this is how it's going to be right here. I'm not sure what material I want to use, but I'm just going to go ahead and do them real quick and then show you what it looks like when it's done, because I don't want this video to be super long. I'm going to go ahead and take this off and glue these little things on, and then I'll do a little update clip after we're done here tomorrow and see how she did. But the screws thread in there just fine, so like I said, that's the best option because there's literally none on the market that are that goofy thread pitch, whatever it ended up being, because I don't even know what it was. But so I just wanted to throw a little clip in here. Alright boys, so got them all test fit, brackets are all glued in, everything fits nicely. As you can see, speakers are in the same spots, so that's what happens when you measure correctly. So like I said, measure twice, cut once. But this is how the back looks. Nothing too crazy. It's gonna get spade terminals where the wires are here, and then I still gotta build the box. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and focus on that next. I probably won't record too much of the progress of that, depending on the time or whatever, but I'll throw clips in here and there so you guys can get an idea of what I was doing. I guess we'll figure out this box stuff and get these done for this episode. Alright boys, we are finally done with this episode. We're just going to go ahead and go over them. I already got them primered. I was going to go ahead and just spray them with some black vinyl paint, but I don't think I'll really worry about it right now, at least in this part of the episode. So let me flip you around. Alright, so as you've seen in the little clip, I did test fit them on the door panels, which are now inside the car. They do fit well. As far as how they look, like there's a couple imperfections in them, which isn't a big deal because I don't really care, because this is gonna get wrapped in leather, like I said. So this is basically just to seal this unit so it's all solid and all that good stuff. So she's definitely solid. It fits well on the door panel. Of course, the speaker's gonna go in there. They fit well. I put it right under this lip, so when Cameron does the door panels, he can just put a piece of that foam or whatever that he's going to use for the door panels itself. So this is going to be straight over, and then he'll probably, you know, just wrap some material down this side and then halfway down this back, since this mounts against the wall anyways, and then it'll just all look all uniform and almost like factory, or like it could have been factory. So obviously when you wrap these, they get like the little stitch down there and stuff like that, so I think it should look good. There's really not that much space taken away from them from what I thought it was going to be, because like I said, I don't really use my mat pockets, and I'd rather have the speakers down there to give me better audio than anything. But yep, both of them are done. This one's done. They came out pretty good. I didn't record any of the fiberglass process just because it's annoying, and it's kind of like a do a fast thing and then let it set up. So I'll probably I don't know, I might repaint these with just a black just to make sure they're clean, but I just kind of went ahead and did a little sanding and then primered it. Like I said, it doesn't really matter because they're gonna get covered with the leather and shit like that. So yeah, this episode is now done. These are all done. They came out decent, like I said, so I'm happy with them, and that'll add just that much more detail to the music. So yeah, I guess the next episode we're gonna start messing with the 6x5 or 6x5s. We're gonna be working with these 6.5s in the front, and then just mounting the 6x9s on the rear, because that shouldn't be too hard. And also we're gonna be doing something a little bit different for the power for the front channels because of adding the 3-way system. So we'll talk about that in the next episode. So alright guys, thanks for watching the video on this 2-inch enclosure fabrication. Be sure to check down below for the first episode, and then check for the next episode when it comes out, depending how I upload these or whatever. So everything should be good to go. So I guess on to episode number 3. Follow me on Instagram, do all the good stuff, and peace.